So I have my notes here, of course, because your girl want to make sure that I hit every point. I really want to make sure that we are all on the same page here. So first we're going to talk about the signs. So if you see me looking over, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Now, the first sign is that you rarely see him. And now what I mean by this is that anytime you like try to make plans, anytime you try to link up with this person, they give you every excuse that they could possibly think of in the book. So, I mean, it's like, oh, my dog has a dentist appointment. Like, just crazy out of the blue excuses. And usually this happens like out of the blue. So usually what I find is that when people first start connecting, everything is cool. Like, for a couple of months, and then usually out of the blue, they're harder to reach. So I think that is something to definitely keep your eye on. Like if, you know, you're trying to reach out to this person and you're trying to make plans with this person and they are always busy, they can never accommodate, they can never come over, it's something to look out for. And also, if they can only come over, but it's like after 9 or after 10 or, you know, late at night. Like during the day, they always have something to do. Now, obviously, if they work, that's a different story. But on the weekends, they're never free. And if they are free, they're only free late night hours. Okay? And now I don't want to say now what's open late at night. That's all I'm going to say. We're just going to leave that there. Legs. Okay? I just had to say it. All right. Okay, the next sign that it is probably time to fall back is if you feel like you're doing too much. And honestly, I personally truly believe that if you feel like you are doing too much and you know when you're doing too much, if you feel like you're doing too much, you probably are. If you are the only one that's always initiating things, I think it's very easy to notice when you are the one that's always trying to initiate things. So you're always initiating the dates. You're always initiating the message, like the conversations. Like if you don't initiate the conversation, then you all probably won't have a conversation. So you're always initiating things. No. Mommy is busy. Mommy is busy, okay? You're always initiating things. You're always doing cute stuff for them, like little holidays come up and you're like the one that's making all the plans. You're the one that's planning all the dates. That, after a while, you're going to be like, what the hell is happening? Like, you're going to take a step back and be like, hold on. Like, anytime we link up or anytime we get together, I am always the only one that's like putting in the effort. You're going to feel it. And so if you feel like you're doing too much, fall back. Fall all the way. Okay, fall back. The next sign that it is time to fall back is if at first it was all about you and now it seems like it's all about sex. So ladies, y'all especially know what I'm talking about. You meet a guy and, you know, like I said, everything was going good and I feel like we're always warned, like, don't give up the cookies too fast. And we're like, oh, no, I feel like we go off of like connection so much, but this is the thing, like people can have up their representative for however long they need to, and then once they get what they came here for, completely different person. They're like, oh, okay, hi, here, hi, my name is Nandi. They're like, what? I thought I already met her. Like, no. So they're always like, oh yeah, hold out on a cookie, like don't give up the cookie, blah blah blah. And you're like, no, like John's gonna be different. John's not like that. He's really respectful. He really cares about me, blah blah blah. And then once you give him the cookie, once the monster put his hand in the cookie jar, then what happens? What happens? John started acting up. John started being crazy. So I feel like, you know, if you are in a situation like that where you feel like, okay, at first, and I think too, that this kind of goes along with like initiating shit. Like I feel like in the beginning, like, okay, like everybody's cool. He's making all the plans. And then once he gets what he wants, then he like, you know, switch up and do a little switcheroo. And so like, okay, ain't talk to John today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're always gotta talk to John, or you're always trying to meet up with John, and then I don't know. You can feel it, ladies. Now, ladies know. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. And if this is your situation, fall back. Fall back. Cut the cookies off. Okay, put them niggas on a diet. Fall back. The next sign that you should fall back is if your thoughts do not line up with reality. Now, don't jump on me yet. Don't jump on me yet. But all I'm saying is, if you find yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, no, the relationship is fantastic. Like, we are good. Like, there's no issues. But then the reality is, no. There's like a flag circus going on over here. There's like shady shit happening over there. Like, and you're just like oblivious. Don't get so caught up in like wanting something to work out, or don't get so caught up in the idea. Don't get so caught up in the idea of wanting something so badly that you try to turn everything around and you don't really look at everything as it is. So if your thoughts don't line up with reality, guess to fall back. Like, if you think that he likes you, but his actions are saying that he does not like you, we should probably listen to them actions. But I will say with this is kind of hard to decipher if you are someone who is getting breadcrumbed. So basically, if someone breadcrumbs you, they will still drag you along and make it look like they're interested in like spending time with you, make it seem like they're really trying to get to know you. So this is a really action-based type of thing. Anybody can say anything, and I say that all the time because we do, okay? People will say whatever they want to say to get whatever they want from you, to keep you around, to get what they want, etc. But at the end of the day, if their actions do not align, then their words don't mean shit. The next sign that you need to fall back is if he does not care to know any details about your life. So this could be like, you're like asking him things about his family, and maybe he doesn't reciprocate it. Or you are just asking him about like his everyday and he doesn't reciprocate it. He just doesn't really seem to take interest in anything about you. And I feel like you'll kind of get that feeling if you are asking people about their personal life, but they never reciprocate it. Like, it's one thing, because it's one thing to answer the question, but then when it comes down to, does this person even know my cat's name, like my best friend's name, like my birthday, you know what I mean? Like trivial things like that, but they trying to get all up in the cookie jar and they trying to like act like they all up in your business. Like that, those things don't align. The next 3 signs, I'm kind of going to make them pretty quick because they're pretty general, but they feel like the relationship, just you feel disconnected from the relationship. And this, I do want to point out that this could also be the case if somebody is, let's say, under a lot of stress or the other person has a lot going on. So I think that maybe use your discernment to decide if they have a lot going on or if they're just no longer interested. The next thing is that they stop making plans, which I kind of touched on earlier. If you're always the one that initiates things and you never feel like it's reciprocated, it's time to fall back. And then the last sign, honestly, is if you just know. Like, you just know. And I mean, literally, I'm going to do a video about intuition and, like, trusting your gut, because a lot of the mistakes that we make can literally be avoided if we just followed our gut. If we just trusted ourselves enough that we know what's best for us. We know what types of situations we need to be in. So the last sign is you just feel it. Like, you just know that it's not the same. And if that is that, then fall back, girl. Like, you don't really have to have an explanation. And I'm not going to get into it too much because I feel myself in my spirit trying to get into it too much. I'm going to save that for the next video. But you just know. All right, so now that you know the signs of when to fall back, now you need to know how to fall back and how to stay back, okay? That is very important. We do not want to keep going back. We don't want to boomerang around here. So the first way to fall back is to stop being so caught up on this person being the one. So come to terms with the fact that if this was the one for you, then you would never feel any of these emotions that you are feeling now. And I feel like it sounds so easy, but I think that it is that easy. Like if the relationship should just flow. Like I don't think it shouldn't not be all this push and pull. Like it should not be so much resistance to want to be together. Like, and that's not to say that there's not to be any conflict, because of course there's going to be some conflict, but there shouldn't be just so much turmoil. Like, we've only known each other for 2 months. So what is this? You know what I mean? The next way to fall back is to practice detachment. If you have a hard time with just like letting people go or letting things go, then just start by giving things space, which is basically what falling back is. Falling back isn't really like saying cut off the relationship completely, although in some cases you do need to do that. But also it could just be, okay, let me take a step back and see what happens. Because have y'all ever heard of this saying, let them do what they want to do so you see what they rather do? And that is essentially what it is, what it means to fall back. Let them do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do. And then you gather your things and you go, okay? So detaching from the relationship as a whole, like not putting so much feeling, not taking things so personally, not thinking that it's all about you, that will help you be able to just step back and look at things more objectively. The next thing is another way to fall back is to obviously occupy your mind and your space. Maybe pick up a new hobby, maybe meet some new friends, go on a couple dates. Girls, guys, do whatever you want to do. But as long as it has you not thinking about that other person, then we're good to go. You're headed in the right direction. And the next tip is to delete, honey. Okay, and this is again, delete. So if you are the type of person who like constantly checks up on them on social media, constantly is like checking your phone for them, maybe you should just delete their number. You don't have to block them necessarily, but delete their number, delete traces of their number so you don't scounge through your phone trying to pull it back up. Okay, delete them off of Instagram, delete them off of social media so you're not checking their page, none of that. Like literally get rid of anything that could remind you of this person so that you are able to move on. And if you have a hard time not texting someone or not feeling the pressure to text someone, then I would absolutely consider blocking their number. Which also comes to the next tip, stop communication, like period, like cold turkey. And again, if this is a situation where you're just falling back to see what they want to do, then that's fine. Let them come to you. When they text you, of course, go ahead and text them back. But halt yourself though. Like don't be texting them and then be like, oh, do you want to do? No, because that's you. What are you doing? We're initiating now. So that's fine, but you need to be able to be chill. You need to be able to go slow. You need to be able to pace yourself and don't get too caught up in the fact that they just reached out to you. The next tip on how to fall back is to talk to your honest friends. You want to talk to somebody who's going to keep it real with you, who is going to tell you, look, girl, I know you don't want to hear this, but John was out here wilding. Like, John was out here doing this, and that, and you was over here doing this, and that. Like, you just really talk to somebody who's going to keep it real with you so you can actually see everything that was going on, and really put things into perspective. The last way to fall back is to not blame yourself. People are going to do what people want to do, and we are not responsible for anybody else's actions. There's no way that we can be responsible for anyone else's actions, and people are going to do what they want. So if you can just remember that, in that way you don't take it so personally, like, oh, it was me, like if I wouldn't have done that, then they wouldn't have done. None of that will matter in the end, because at the end of the day, people are going to want to do what they do. So I hope that these tips have helped you guys. So if you feel like this is you, go ahead and fall back, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.